So, how many times over the years have you caught yourself in an argument with a Trump supporter and you were simply pointing out something that Trump said or did that was racist or homophobic or misogynistic or anti Semitic, whatever the case may be? And anytime you pointed those things out, they would automatically come at you and gaslight you and tell you that you were actually the bigot for seeing his bigotry. I can't count the times that that's happened to me. I have been called out by conservative influencers who have said that I was the racist for simply pointing out the racism, or I was the bigot for pointing out the bigotry. And to me, it's just a matter of bringing the receipts and pointing out the obvious. I can't count the number of arguments I've had along those lines over the years, but we keep bringing these receipts, and Donald Trump always seems to be guilty by association. He always seems to be hanging out with folks who have said and done racist or homophobic things. And then he tries to backpedal and say that he's not really that kind of guy. And we get told we're the bigots for pointing out stories like this one from Midas Touch. This is JD Wolf reporting. A rapper endorsing Trump at a Pennsylvania rally released a homophobic diss track in 2018. So I hope I'm saying this right. His name is Anuel AA. I guess that's how you say it. The Trump campaign posted a video of Trump on the tarmac visiting a Puerto Rican rapper who once released a homophobic diss track. In 2018, Emmanuel Gazme Santiago, who raps under the state name Anuel AA, released a song Intocable, which contained homophobic slurs, a line attacking model and television host, I can't pronounce her name, I'm sorry, as a pig for having AIDS. Going down here, it says 2 days after the song was released, outrage caused the rapper to post an official apology video. He stated, "I would never humiliate a woman, much less with AIDS or a man with AIDS either." Anuel AA also apologized to Hurricane Maria victims who lost everything after being criticized for a line in his song making an insensitive remark about Hurricane Maria victims. Anuel AA, who has over 38 million followers on Instagram, posted a picture of Trump's plane to his Instagram story along with real Donald Trump. Later on Friday, Trump introduced Anuel AA at his Pennsylvania rally, stating he doesn't think his followers know who the hell the rapper is. Anuel AA urged fellow Puerto Ricans and Latinos to vote for Trump despite Trump's abysmal record in helping the island after Hurricane Maria. Trump famously went to the island and was criticized for irreverently handing out paper towel rolls like he was shooting free throws. Anuel AA disappointed and lost fans after he was spotted hanging out with pro-Trump rapper Lil Pump at Trump's 2020 election watch party. But mark my words, MAGA is going to call me the bigot for simply pointing this out. Why is it that these are the people Donald Trump is always embracing, and these are the people that he always hands the microphone over to? Take a look at this clip.
Thank you, Mr. President, for having us here. For me, it's a real blessing to be here. I'm from Puerto Rico. We a big part of United States. We really depend on the United States. Since Trump hasn't been around, Puerto Rico's, it's not a secret. We've been going through a lot as a country. And Biden always promised. A lot of politicians always promise through the years, but all of us know, the world knows, everybody's experienced it. The best president the world has seen, this country has ever seen. His name is President Trump. Thank you for having me here. To all my Puerto Ricans, let's stay united. Let's vote for Trump. I personally spoke with him. He wants to help Puerto Rico grow and succeed as a country. So let's stand out tall and united. And we all want to remember that. He wants to keep helping Latinos in the U.S. Let's do things the right way, and let's keep growing. Let's keep growing as a family, and let's make America great again. God bless y'all.
So first of all, how can anyone say that Donald Trump has been great for Latinos? He's the greatest president ever, supposedly. And second of all, how many of you honestly think that the people in Trump's audience knew who this rapper was? You know, it just comes off to me like they bring him up there and it's like, hey, look, we got one too. I'm sorry, but that's just how it comes off, because you know good and well that if that guy had have been seen, can you imagine if anybody you know that's a hardcore Trump supporter had have just saw that guy randomly walking down the street or walk by a club where that guy was performing? Do you think MAGA would really go in there and hang out? Do you think they wouldn't pass judgment on that guy? That's why it is so sickening to see these people stand up and call Trump the greatest president ever when he's clearly using them. The guy's got 38 million followers on Instagram. That's all Trump needs to hear. Hey, he's got 38 million followers and he'll say something nice about you. Now, let's not worry about what he may have done in the past or what he may have said in the past or what kind of person he is. And if anyone brings the receipts like we just did and points it out, well, you're just being a bigot for pointing it out. But Donald Trump always seems to be caught hanging around these kind of people. And these kind of people are never deal breakers for Trump or MAGA, ever. As long as they'll say something good about Trump, he's all for it. And MAGA is all for it as long as they'll say something good about Trump. It's never a deal breaker. I've never heard anyone in MAGA say, you know what? Maybe Trump shouldn't have had that person there. Maybe Trump shouldn't have associated with that person. Maybe Trump shouldn't have gave that person the microphone. They won't. They always use it as a way to say, see there, he's getting over with Puerto Ricans too. He's getting over with Latinos. Look, the rappers love him now. And we're supposed to be impressed by this. Folks, I'm not impressed at all by this. And no one should be. It's an insult to everyone involved. And we always catch Trump hanging with these kind of people. You can always dig up the dirt and you will always see MAGA defend it. But they're the very people who tells their children not to listen to music, not to read certain books. That's the kind of people they are. It's the double standard and it's the hypocrisy for me. You know, if that rapper had came out and blasted Trump, they would be wanting him to be banned. They would be wanting him to be shut down. They would want all of his albums to have warning labels on them. But because he said something good for Trump, they'll give the homophobia a pass. And then they wonder why we point it out. It's just obvious. I know it's low-hanging fruit, but it's right in front of our faces. It's the easiest thing to do. We're always sitting here pointing, hey, you know, they had a Unite the Right rally and Nazis showed up to unite with them. And it wasn't a deal breaker. Nobody said, hey, this is kind of weird. You know, if I was to go to a Kamala Harris rally and I was standing there and I looked over and there was a guy standing beside me with a Nazi flag just waving it away, I think I would be like, wait a minute, dude, you're at the wrong place. Or if I thought for 1 second, if Kamala Harris looked out and said, oh, yeah, you two are great guys down there, I'd be like, no, he's not a great guy. This is not someone we should be hanging around. This is not someone that should be in our movement. But they don't do that. They never check themselves. They never look in the mirror and say, you know what? Maybe this ain't a good idea. Maybe this ain't a good look. The Republican Party used to at least, I mean, they might have been hypocrites about it and they might have been phony, but at least back in the day, they tried to present themselves in a more, you know, in a better looking manner. They at least tried to present themselves that way. Now with Trump, they don't care. The worse he gets and the further in the mud he gets and the worse people he hangs around, they just love him that much more because they see us talking about it. They think it got under our skin. And so, oh, it made the liberals mad that this rapper endorsed him. So now let's go love this rapper. They don't love the rapper. They're not listening to his music. They don't care. They don't give two shits about that guy. And that guy could never step out of line with Trump. He could never have a change of heart. And that's the funny part. Wait till Trump loses. And all these people are trying to do damage control. And they start trying to backtrack and say, well, you know, I never really was for him. And watch how fast MAGA will no longer give a shit about that guy. If he thinks he's a hero, just step out of line one time. Step out of line and say one thing against Donald Trump and see how it works out for you there, buddy.